A recent video by Coffeezilla was published on YouTube on June 10th, where the host took a rather deep dive into all things bricks and minifigs. Now, I think it may be best to point out that this particular individual and this channel overall has a rather good track record of exposing things that are not on the up and up, so I am certainly tended to accept his version of events into this matter. He did his homework and gained access to a lot of internal information I had not seen in any of the many videos concerning this topic. Several civil rights lawyers have published videos on the various legal merits of various aspects of the case, but they do not delve into the actual solid facts surrounding the case. The evidence, the photos of on-hand inventory stock at the Kaiser, Oregon store at the time the store was taken over by Brandon Best and BAM Corporate via the phone, are but two small examples of the depth with which he dove into the actual facts behind all of this mess with Bricks and Minifigs, Brian Mansell, and Reckless Ben. Through the work I had previously done, I had heard rumors of a U-Haul truck being used to haul away merchandise from the Kaiser, Oregon store, and this YouTuber spoke with a Bricks and Minifigs employee at the Eugene, Oregon store, which just so happens to be another franchise location under the management of Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best, who have now been fired by the same corporate people who once boasted of their total competence, that stated he was at the Eugene store when Brandon showed up in a U-Haul truck that was filled with Star Wars merchandise from the Salem store. That seems rather suspect, don't you think? Oh, but corporate easily explained that as being nothing more than a disgruntled former employee who was wanting to express a false narrative about the heads of the Bricks and Minifigs operation. I will be putting links in the description to the full story that was posted by Coffeezilla on June 10th, and in that video, you can clearly see a large U-Haul truck in the parking lot on the night that corporate is saying Brandon Best was driving a rental car. Strangely enough, there is no record for a car rental, but there is a record for a U-Haul truck rental. Again, that seems a bit suspect, don't you think? Reckless Ben has now been muzzled by the courts and is forbidden from speaking on the subject of Bricks and Minifigs and the way that they used their influence with the local police department to get the Airbnb he was staying at raided by the police based on a supposed overheard conversation taking place in the basement apartment below by the homeowner residing above. That's right, folks. The warrant was issued off of a third party expressing something they heard through the floor of a house to the basement below. Unfortunately, that is what is called hearsay and is not allowed in court. But it appears to be enough for a police department to get a local judge to sign off on a search warrant to look for stolen Legos. And let us not forget here, people, that this was a search warrant, yet several people were arrested and taken into custody with no probable cause whatsoever. No crimes committed. No suspected crimes of any kind, just a local Mormon police department doing the bidding of their fellow church members, because a YouTuber from California was trying to serve papers on a local businessman. All of this illegal activity was undertaken by the American Fork Police Department at the behest of fellow church members and phone conversations with corporate heads at Bricks and Minifigs. While they spoke with Joshua Johnson at his home, when Ben, along with a process server, was trying to serve him legal papers for a lawsuit in Oregon. If this department ever had any integrity at all, it was all lost with these escapades. Citizens of American Fork have now begun questioning the very city leadership at city meetings and are demanding thorough answers to a multitude of unanswered questions. It is the opinion of this reporter that this entire thing stinks to high heaven, and the police force in American Fork should be recalled at once.